Hey guys, the Bot Builder back for another video, and welcome to the return of Request Fight. Yes, that is right, probably one of the most popular series on my channel is back. And well, we have a new way of doing it. For starters, we have a brand new arena, and we have a new way of introducing the robots as well. And oh boy, what a great fight we have to kick off the return of Request Fights. As this was requested by LDH07 Robotmaster. And he requested a House Robot Rebellion. Yes, that's right. He requested 3 competitors to go up against 2 of our toughest House Robots. So let's not hesitate and let's introduce the robots for this House Robot Rebellion. From Cambridge, Grated Carrot. Grated Carrot are a very popular robot on my channel, armed with a very powerful spinner at the front. They have not really had too much success though, as they're often known for having bad luck and poor reliability. However, they do have an incredibly powerful spinner. Let's see what they could do against the house robots here. From Shenzhen in China, Yin and Yang 2. Yin and Yang 2 come all the way from China, and they're a cluster bot with some devilish ring spinners that go around the entire body. They're both very destructive, and they do now have Shremex. I mean, they've had Shremex for quite a while now. This is their 3rd request fight in a row. They, the last 2 request fight episodes, they fought both Crikey and Robopuppy, and they lost both times. But they are still some destructive spinners, and they're both very popular. But they haven't performed as well as their popularity. So let's see what they can do here. From Conwy, North Wales, Apollo. And you can't have a House Robot Rebellion without the, without the boy band of Robot Wars, Apollo themselves, armed with a very powerful flipper, famous in Series 8 for flipping over 3 of the 4 House Robots. And they're quite famous in Robot Wars Omega for, well, generally just being an all-round decent robot. They are seeded for Series 2. They did very well in Series 1, going all the way to the Grand Finals before being beaten by Rapid in the tiebreaker fight. But they are a very tough flipper. I could see them doing very well here. And the 2 house robots representing the house in this House Bot Rebellion, it's the purple protector of the arena. Crystal Conjure will like that reference. Matilda and the angry Rhino. Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. No. Activate. Oh, this should be a great return to request fights, and already Rhino coming with a great slam in onto Yang. And now, last time we did a House Robot Rebellion, the competitors came out on top. Apollo was teaming up with Carnivore then, but now they are teaming up with, well, 2 underperforming fan favourite spinners, it seems, and they come with a good flip onto Rhino. There we go. Apollo's flipper doesn't seem to be as powerful as it used to be. That was a better flip there, though. Meanwhile, Matilda has flipped up and over Yang 2. Yang 2 being flipped away, and now she's coming in with a great flip onto Apollo. And again, Grated Carrot, meanwhile, revving up that very powerful spinning weapon. But Rhino coming with a great rat slam right there. Apollo, they're trying to come with a good flip onto Matilda, but they couldn't quite get her up and over, and Matilda coming with a good hit right there. Now it might be 3 versus 2, but we still think the odds are fair. And Matilda now trying to flip Yin up and over, and Yin's been flipped up and over as well. Yang 2 hasn't really self-righted, but they finally do. But Rhino slams him into the arena wall. That was a massive hit from Grated Carrot in onto Matilda, but Matilda retaliating back with her own very powerful flywheel spinner. And Matilda flipping Grated Carrot up onto his side. Apollo, they do have some trouble self-righting. They do have some trouble self-righting. They aren't the best when fighting other flippers, but they do eventually self-right. And they come with a huge flip onto Rhino. Yin, they do self-right. Yes. And now that was a good hit right there from Matilda onto Yin. In comes Yang, and now the cluster bots are going to try and team up to take down, well, the purple warrior herself, Matilda. Apollo self-righted. Oh, that was a big slam right there. Rhino have seemingly broke the floor flipper. Rhino, I know you're the house, but you can't go around doing that. Naughty boy. Meanwhile, Yang 2 isn't really causing too much damage at the minute. Apollo haven't really been doing too much here at the minute. Matilda is certainly getting those lifting tusks right in underneath Apollo, and Apollo have been flipped up and over. Grated Carrot hasn't really been as damaging as they normally are. Yin and Yang 2 aren't as chaotic as they normally are. Oh, that was a big hit though! In onto Rhino. Rhino losing its tusks, but Rhino slams them up and over. Apollo's gone down the pit! Apollo's gone down the pit, so it's one half of Yin and Yang. So, I mean, it's now 2 versus 1.5. Well, I mean, looks like it's going to be a win for the house. Grated Carrot goes in the pit. Apollo have been knocked out the pit, but that won't count because you're already in the pit. No APDs are allowed, remember. Cease. And it does go to the judges. The judges at Arena side have called in a unanimous decision that despite a good effort from the competitors, both Apollo and Grated Carrot and one half of Yin and Yang went down the pit, basically leaving it a 2 versus half a robot, meaning that the winners are the house robots. Right, so there's just a little bit of post-fight stuff. Rhino's tusk went flying off there, and that was, I believe it was Yin who did that. It was either Yin or Yang. For those who don't know, Yin's the one that has black on the fidget spinner, Yang's the one that has red on it. Yeah, but their tusk went flying off. But they still impressed Matilda. Quite impressive. She did pit Apollo. I had no idea what was going on with Apollo in that fight. Their flipper just wasn't as powerful as it used to be. It is an old model. It is getting on a bit. I've had it for like over a year now. I am planning on replacing it with Orion after Series 2. So there we go. Completely rebuilding it. Grated Carrot did just as well as we all thought they would. Got in some big hits, but in the end they just didn't win. They went down the pit, and so did one half of Yin and Yang. So I mean, I think it's a fair decision to give the house robots the win. I mean, it kind of is revenge after how easily Apollo and Carnival beat them in the last House Robot Rebellion. Anyway, that kind of does it for this episode of Request Fights. Thank you for requesting to fight LDH07 Robotmaster. And until next time, the Bot Builder, out.